Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And today is a time when we need to speak about Warden future.
Because as you know, Warden will getting some buffies.
And of course, we need to speak about Warden that. Everything is fine, everything is very fine. I'm okay. Let's be real now, boys, girls, ladies, gentles. Time to speak about
Warden power.
power of a warden and what we will have. So today let's speak about warden rotation, what kind of shitty gear you need, and everything. So let's start from Atwills, boys and girls. We have two choices of Atwills on single target. Let's today speak just about single target, okay? If I will speak about AoE and single target, this will be too long video. Nobody wanted to look at 20-minute video, right?
Right, baby, right. Nobody likes 20-minute video.
So for single target Atwills, we have Storm Strike or Rapid Strike. That's very nice powers and hitting pretty hard. Single target encounters are Split the Sky, Throat Caution, Thorn Ward, Thorn Strike, and Hydring Shot, Hydring Strike, or you can use instead Constricting Arrow and Steel Breed, but I will consider use Hydring Shot and Hydring Strike just because of Hydring Shot. Couple more shots, you know. It will help you. You will see how.
Now, a daily time.
Dailies is pretty easy. On single target, you can use Snipe. It will be a lot of damage on single target. It's just a little bit annoying because casting time is about 2 seconds in your rotation. Or you can use Call the Storm for more encounter damage if you prefer that and additional damage. Because as you know, if bowmans kinda need at least one tactical precision, so save up your damn money and buy some demon wings. It will help you a lot. Well, a class feature, of course, will be Seeker's Vengeance, because we are always standing behind for 10% damage, and maybe aspect of the Serpent is still not working properly. Blade Storm is still not applying from range, so I kinda don't know what to use like seconds, but probably I will go with something like Seekers and still maybe with the aspect of Serpent, or just for some extra combat advantage, because at this rotation it's make no sense use Blade Storm because we're not only meleeing, so it will be very low damage from a Blade Storm.
Now let's talk about feat because that thing's becoming interesting.
So Hunter feat is a little bit more complicated at moment. As you can see, Death Strike get massive boost of damage. Your melee encounter power covers your range encounter power to deal 30% more damage for 3 seconds. So, as you know, our Split the Sky and Thorn Ward is kinda damage over time, but don't worry guys, I got you, okay? I got you. Everything is fine. I found a way how to boost this Thorn Ward damage and Split the Sky damage by this 30%. Or if you prefer a little bit single stance, you still can use Focus It. That will be totally fine. 20% damage in 5 seconds. Why the hell not? Let's move off. Of course, Storm Recovery, because Shifters of the Fox, yeah, it can be okay, but it's a little bit much more complicated to calculate your cooldown. And Storm Recovery is just much more easier to calculate your recovery time, like cooldowns, right? And next thing is kind of important. Blade Hurricane for double Atwill damage or 10% damage. That's a big choice. However, I take 10% damage because you're not relying on this. At least I'm not relying on my Atwill damage. I'm doing my Atwilling just to get action points, because yes, that's one thing what you really need is just Atwill time to time to generate enough action points on, let's say, artifact call. Because if you're not Atwilling before the build, it will be no action points. So sorry, but that's the reality. This one it get changed, so Caution grants additional 5% damage. So it's this one. Actually, this one. Split the scan. Or 10% crit severity, which is both is kind of cool one, I guess. So one thing what I can say, if you can cap your critical severity in combat without skirmish gambit, just go for to the wild. If you're new player and if you're struggling to cap your crit severity, just go for skirmish gambit. Like easy peasy, nothing very hard. And of course, last feat is kinda. I mean, let's be real. Like last feat is a little bit annoying because we want to use snipe for single target, but we don't have feat for that. It's not like slash at mark. And Forest Ghost is still don't want to do nothing. It's like, So, yeah, I don't know what you guys want to use on that one. So, yeah, as I say, I'm just going with Enchanted Conductivity because I like a little bit more encounters damage. Yeah, probably I will lose some damage, but that's fine. You know, if you want to go for snipe, go for snipe. If you want to go for a little bit more encounter damage, go for encounter damage. So that's why I'm using Enchanted Conductivity for some additional damage. Another thing, what is interesting is ability score. Because you can choose between dexterity and strength, because intelligent, it's not that important anymore, because yeah, we're doing some magical damage, and probably I still can cap crit severity if I'm go strength and intelligence, because keep in mind, at least ACT showing split the sky is just psychical damage, is not magical damage. I can't confirm that for sure, but that's what I see in ACT. Well, so yeah, basically I changed it from dexterity to intelligent and strength, and I'm a little bit losing without my not Moon Dancer, MDVP weapons. I'm a little bit losing critical severity, so I think in this case I can just take out, like, I don't know, skirmish gambit to compensate that. So attribute score it's fine, but intelligent is not something very necessary, so you will be okay with strength and dexterity only. Now it's time to speak about rotation and how to do it, shall we? So rotation is pretty easy on this one. I think that's one of the easiest, and it is doing kind of nice amount of damage. In this rotation, you wanna use your Split the Sky and Torn Ward just like damage over time powers. So imagine is not that important. You just need to remember reapply them time to time. Of course, it's better even before they end. And if you speak about melee, yeah, that's the funny part. Because we're not using Blade Hurricane, it's mean we can just spam melee when we have. So it's not like always spam encounters on range ones. It's just spam melee encounters, which is kind of cool. So split the Sky, Torn Ward, Artifact, Mount Power, Hydering Strike, free encounters, your daily, free encounters on range, reapply damage over time, boom, free encounters, and now we can do some at-wills. I was wrong, at-wills. So like 2 or a little bit less rotation with your at-wills, and again we can reapply our damage over time, and again encounters, and daily, we have encounters again, reapplying our range damage over time encounters, right? And again our encounters. And now we have like 2 seconds, 3 seconds on our at-wills, which is pretty easy rotation. And keep in mind, your Split the Sky and Torn Ward almost always will have 30% damage, because it's last 3 seconds and we spamming our melee encounters. So like example, if you can see, I'm shooting one split the sky. And now you can see, I can't see, I can't read that fast. Another one. Okay, here. Melee encounter damage. Dealing increased melee encounter damage. It's mean if I have this power, split the sky damage over time, and if I'm use 2 melee encounters, my range encounters doing more damage. I don't need to recast them. They automatically doing like 30% more damage, which is kind of cool. And one thing what I don't like is just going like 1 range, 1 melee, 1 rage, 1 melee, 1 rage, 1 melee. Yeah, it's possible to pull out that, but you're just losing a lot of damage, a lot of time, and you kind of not regenerating too much HP because keep in mind, split the sky casting time is 2 seconds. It's not 1.5, it's 2 seconds. Of course, everything can change. Still, we have like 3 weeks at least until mod 28 come to live server. And yeah, and same with Thornward. Thornward have 1.5 second cast time, which you can cancel, but cooldown is way too big. That's a very big cooldown. And of course, companions is Batiri Neverwinter Knight. I still will try maybe Spin Devil because now we can put some nice amount of encounters. So maybe I will change Neverwinter to Spin Devil. We will see what we will have in live server because now probably it's not don't wanna work on this server, you know. Of course, Mirage still didn't get a fix. I tested in Giza challenge. It did like 7 million damage in 12 seconds on big artifact also. It doesn't fix. So that's one of the hunter rotations, which is kind of cool. It's a lot of damage over time because of Split the Sky and Thornward, which is very nice. Damage over time is always good. And yeah, another rotation is a little bit more complicated. It's with shared encounter powers. Woo! And this rotation, you need a little bit more tabbing. You want to use 1 range, 1 melee, 1 range, 1 melee, 1 range, 1 melee. And only after that you want to use at-wills. Which is, yeah, maybe make a sense going with Blade Hurricane for a little bit more at-will damage because now you will have much more time to do at-wills. But let's not go with that. So I'm starting with my Hydering Shot into Hydering Strike, tabbing, Marauder's Escape, which is a little bit annoying to use because it's just teleporting you, but you can cancel animation, into Marauder Rush, tabbing, and after that, Constricting Arrow into Steel Breeze. So, in slow-mo, it looks like that. Hydering Strike, Marauder Escape, Marauder Rush, Constricting Arrow, Steel Breeze. Let's wait for cooldowns. We're waiting for cooldowns. Little bit waiting. In full speed, it looks like that. And now we have 3 seconds for my at-wills. And again, more and more encounters. So between every rotation, we have about 3 to 4 seconds do your at-wills, which is kinda cool. And it's still doing nice amount of damage. Of course, I'm not even using daily, because on this one, I think it's kind of make use just a snipe, because you still have a lot of encounters. Like every 3 to 4 seconds, your encounter. So snipe probably can do much better job on this rotation. But it's a little bit more complicated because you need like tabbing much more and much more faster. So let's jump into HCT. With normal artifact, I will not use like big, buffy, fat ass artifact. I will use my Crystal Soul Flight with Warden specific powers and shared encounters powers. Be right back. So here we go. We have Warden on 3 minutes 11. It was about 3 artifact calls. And DPS is not bad. Okay, damage is good. I mean, I didn't use like big artifact. So NDPS is very nice. So with this rotation with Marauder Rush, Marauder Escape, it's very nice damage. Hydering Strike, Constricting Arrows, like it's very nice damage. Even Grasping Roots made almost 10 million damage, which is very huge for a bowman. Bigsby Hand, it was 3 times. Enchanted Lightning Weapon, Steel Breeze, Rapid Strike is my at will, Hydering Shot, Calva Storm, Life Lesson, Bloodlust, and Split Strike. How the hell you came here? Oh, I know, it was by accident. So overall, it's not that bad with this rotation. So let's go now do Warden specific encounters. And here we go. We have Warden specific encounters with much more higher NDPS with same 20% damage artifact. So let's go deep. What do we have? 19 million Thorn Strike. Yeah, Thorn Strike will be really huge because less hit points boss have, more damage you do. So it will be very nice power. Thorn Ward is our damage over time. Hydering Strike. Split the Sky gain damage over time. Throw Caution, that's a kind of buffer. Bigsby Hand. Grasping Roots. Rapid Strike, that's at will. Lightning Enchanted Weapons. Hydering Shot. Call the Storm. So of course I'm not using snipe, maybe it will be better to use a snipe, but yeah, of course like Bigsby Hand probably will be on top because of like big artifact call. I was doing with only solo artifact call, right? So numbers will change, but overall everything looks kinda nice. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty powerful. It really looks powerful. And of course, I know we still have some players who playing only one stance. Yes, let's show you how to play Warden in melee, or if you wanna still play in range, which is no problemos. Shall we? So if you choose play only a range Warden, like example, you can use, probably it make a sense use Rapid Strike because that will be our main at will on single target. You can use Snipe or Call of Storm. I just like Call of Storm, okay? What encounter do you want to use as range? That's a question. And it's very good answer. You want a 1 turn ward. Yeah, I know cooldown is high. You want a Constricting Arrow and Binding Arrow. And let's leave Constricting back. And of course, you want to do only one stance, so 20% more damage. 3-second cooldown, double damage on Atwill, because now it will be very important to get double damage on Atwill, because now your Atwill will do actually damage. We're not using Throat Caution, so we're going for Skirmish Gambit, so even I think in melee stance only you can use Throat Caution, it will make a sense. And Enchanted Conductivity. So basically everything is very simple. You just need to remember use one encounter 2 to 3 seconds at will. I prefer 3-second at will. So one encounters your at wills for double damage, encounter, at wills, encounter. And of course we still have like kinda little bit too long cooldown for our turn ward, which I think we need to fix it because yeah, with 18-second cooldown, it's a little bit annoying. Of course, if you use daily, it will be like different thing because you can do just this 3-second at will, another encounter 3-second at will, and another encounter 3-second at will. Now you can pop daily and just repeat, which is kinda fine. But you don't have always daily, and you don't have always insignia power for reducing cooldowns by 5 seconds. So you kinda will be a little bit low on damage. That's why I think Thorn Ward it's a little bit big cooldowns. So what we can exchange them for power? I mean, yeah, we don't have nothing else for range encounter. So sadly, yeah, we kinda lock it with Turn Warden range because it's still damage over time, which is very nice, even if you're playing on range only without changing stance. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but we have what we have. So it will be a little bit loss of a damage. Of course, because Rain of Arrows do kind of low damage. Marauder Escape, yeah, you can use on range too. But yeah, problem will be it's a little bit annoying to use because of this cancel animation and dodging. But yeah, of course, like you can use, man. Like it's no problemos. Let's just wait with 8 seconds. Come on, get out. So we basically 1, 2, 3, encounter. 1, 2, 3, encounter, encounter. But its out positioning is a little bit annoying when using Marauder Escape. So yeah, it's a little bit crazy power. So yeah, I will stick with even with Thornward, even if you need to wait a little bit or play a couple seconds without Blade Hurricane. It will be fine. Like it's just a couple seconds, right? So let's move on now on melee. And melee can do same kinda nice amount of damage. Because our fog shift it's insane amount of damage. It's really big amount of damage. However, I will not recommend use this one because it's very situational on bosses. Like example, that's our boss, right? So now imagine that's a tank and he's a tanking boss. You DPS, you just sitting behind. Look what happened when I'm use my fox thingy. I end up in front on boss. So you can imagine in MDVP when first boss doing that slashing attack and I just using this power, I'm insta dead. I'm just insta dead. I don't know why they still didn't fix that. I think it's a little bit problematic. Yes, it's a lot of amount of damage, but I think it's way too much risky. And next thing, in Tiamat, like example, what will happen if I will lose in Tiamat? Will I die because I getting teleported like behind boss? In Cradle of Death God, same. So it's a little bit hard to say what I really wanna use this power now. However, it's kind of fine because we have something else like Thorn Strike, which is kind of very powerful. Throned Caution, why the hell not? We can start our rotation with Throned Caution. And what else we have? Oak Skin, nope. Steel Breeze or Marauder Rush? Probably, yeah, let's give you Hydring Strike because Hydring Strike is still applying Grasping Root, which is very nice. So what cooldowns we have? We have 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 11 seconds. Almost well. That's very nice cooldowns. That's very nice cooldowns. So if you have at least one tactical inspiration, you can use just encounter, 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 daily or snipe, encounter, encounter, your at will, encounter, your at will for 3 seconds, encounter, encounter, 3 seconds at wills, encounter, again 2 encounters, 3 second at wills. Because of low cooldowns, you don't need to wait one encounter, at will, encounter, at will. You can use encounter, at will, encounter, at will, encounter, you know. So it will do a little bit more damage. But of course, how to say, it's possible will be played like that, but it's not optimal. Like let's say like that. Optimal, it will be use Split the Sky, Throne Ward, Stone Ward, Stone Strike, and Hydring Strike, or Constricting Arrow, Steel Breezes, which you prefer more. So that's kinda it. We cover, of course, we get some buffs. Let's mention our Forest Ghost, which I still not recommend to use because cost 50. What do you mean it's cost 50? It's cost 50? It's costing only 50 points? No, it's costing a lot. It's costing 500 points. So It's not even doing like that amount of damage on boss. If you, let's just get our daily back. Give me daily back. Okay, let's stop damage and our daily. Nah, it's not even gonna do that amount of damage. So yeah, it still will be not much, especially even if you nature envoy give you 15% damage boost for 10 seconds, it's not the same. You will be much more better with Calva, Storm, or Snipe. So I think I covered everything. Of course, AoE still will be situational. I think Hiding Strike. I think no, best thing in AoE, literally best thing, it will be Cordon of Arrows. Hiding Strike if enemies will come close. If enemies will come close. And probably Steel Breeze, because we have slow cooldowns, because now you want to use Electric Shot. Because Electric Shot now will have 200 magnitude AoE. 200 magnitude AoE damage. It's huge. So let's say, because now we can stay a little bit more range. So 172, almost 200 AoE damage. This will be, I think, a little bit crazy. So here we have some mobs. Let's just get some combat advantage. And yeah, like damage in AoE kinda looks fine. Only with one encounter at will, double at will. So you don't want to go like in a melee stance anymore, probably if you're going AoE, but we will see about AoE. And yeah, I need to kind of finish this video because it's becoming a long one. Damn, it's almost half an hour. So yeah, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Press that like, subscribe, and see ya. And next time, baby is out. Okay, that's what that. Baby is out.